What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Anthony Joshua is out here making waves again. Can't keep Deontay Wilder's name out his mouth. He's saying he's willing to throw a curveball to entice Deontay Wilder if he's victorious in a rematch against Tyson Fury to not push forward with a trilogy against Tyson Fury. So he say he's willing to throw a curveball. He say he's met with Eddie Hearn and they've had a meeting and they're willing to offer Deontay Wilder a huge payday to bypass the trilogy with Tyson Fury. That's kind of funny, man, how he's always talking about fighting Wilder when Wilder has a fight lined up. And you know he's got a fight, and he has a fight lined up, basically. He's got two fights lined up. They're not official yet, but he's got two mandatories that he knows he's got to get out the way before he can entertain a matchup with Deontay Wilder. He's got to fight first Pulev, his IBF mandatory, and then he's got to fight Alexander Usyk, Joseph Parker winner for the WBO title. So he's got two mandatories that's going to lock him up. And from what I'm hearing, man, even if he gets past those two fights, you know, it's a chance that Anthony Joshua, it's a good chance that Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting Dillian Whyte toward the end of the year, say Dillian Whyte is victorious in his future fights. He's got a fight that he's trying to line up himself with either Alexander Povetkin or Andy Ruiz. And he gets by that and maybe has another fight. They're looking to for him to the path they're looking for Dillian Whyte is basically Andy Ruiz and then Alexander Povetkin, and then they could possibly set up a potential showdown between Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua toward the end of the year, or they wait for their long-awaited mandatory against Deontay Wilder by February 2021. So that's where it's looking at on that front, man. But again, man, let's get back to Anthony Joshua, man. The guy is basically trying to make himself look good in the public, try to make it look like he really wants to fight. But the bottom line is he's had multiple opportunities to fight Deontay Wilder, and him and his team just don't want it. And now they're trying to save face because they're getting a lot of backlash, you know, saying that he's ducking Deontay Wilder. The people have finally seen the light, and they know that who really wanted to fight and who really didn't want to fight, and they're trying to spin public opinion. But look here, man, you know, another thing he says in this article, man, he says, you know, everybody want to see the fight. He has a great right hand, and I have a great left hand. And I want, you know, people want to see the fight, man, for Undisputed. Now, another thing, now, if you really want the fight, why didn't you take the $50 million that were offered to you last year? $50 million and then 50-50 on the pay-per-view split. Why did you take that deal? See what I'm saying? That's the fact that I'm at. The man is just out here spinning and plotting and trying to make himself look good. And then, by the way, didn't Anthony Joshua say that he's gonna go train with Tyson Fury, spar with him, and help him get ready? And he hopes and thinks that Tyson Fury is gonna beat Wilder in a rematch, and he thinks a fight between him and Fury will be easier to make because he don't think Wilder won it. Now, you was offering to be his sparring trainer and help him get ready to defeat Wilder. Now you're saying that you want to fight Wilder, man. You know, you see what I'm saying? You see this back and forth with Anthony Joshua? You know, as you know, Tyson Fury said that he offered, you know, he accepted Anthony Joshua offered to come spar with him, and then Anthony Joshua quickly backed out of the deal, and then he made another statement saying that he believes that Deontay Wilder would knock out Anthony Joshua in 2 rounds, that Anthony Joshua was tailor-made for Deontay Wilder. So that probably made Anthony Joshua go the other way on that. So now he's saying that now he's back in Deontay Wilder's you know, on his side now, saying, well, if he beats once he beats Tyson Fury, you know, I'm going to offer him a deal so he can back out of the trilogy fight with Fury. I'm going to offer him a deal he can't refuse. You know what I'm saying? Just back and forth. At first you were saying you're going to help Fury spar and that you want Fury to win because you think Fury will be an easy fight to make. Now you're saying Deontay Wilder's going to win and you want to fight him. You're going to throw him a big offer and throw him a curveball where he can possibly get out of the third fight with Fury. Look here, man, the contract already stipulates whoever loses can get an immediate rematch. So it's not going to be no curveball. There's no way they're going to get out to the negotiation. If Wilder wins and knocks out Fury, maybe Fury goes to the WWE, and then maybe that opens up opportunities for Wilder to go ahead and fight other opponents. But you're not going to be the one he fights because you don't want it, man. And you already got fights lined up your own damn self. You got Pulev, and then you got Usyk next. Usyk Parker winner next. That's your map out playing. And then if you get by that, I wouldn't be surprised they still try to line up a fight between you and Dillian White, a big domestic level fight over there in the UK. Either do that or maybe they just tell Dillian to wait till February for his opportunity at the WBC title. But either way, and if that's the case, then they'll probably put you in with another fighter that nobody care about, nobody want to see. So I don't see that fight happening in 2020. At the earliest that fight can happen is 2021. Joshua's out here trying to make himself look like he really want to fight. He's really trying to do all he can to make the fight, but he knows as well as I know that he's got fights lined up next. His map is pretty much mapped out for 2020. That's Pulev mandatory, and then Usyk Parker winner for the WBO mandatory. That's his plan for 2020. And maybe he can get a fight at the end of 2020. Maybe. And if that's the case, man, Dillian, don't be surprised if they try to put Dillian White in there against AJ at the end of 2020. You know, so don't be surprised if that happens. Don't be surprised at all if they try to make that fight happen. So that's just what it is, man. You know, AJ is out here trying to calm the public again. They're trying to sway public opinion. You know, he's not gonna ever be able to get away from turning down $50 million in 50-50 pay-per-view split. Not gonna ever be able to get away from that. Not gonna ever be able to get away from the fact that Deontay Wilder accepted $15 million to go over there and fight AJ in the UK, and AJ and them sent a contract with no venue and no date on that. He can't get away from that. And now he's trying to make it look like he really wants to fight when he see Wilder has a fight lined up. Wilder said that himself. He said he seems like he always put my name in his mouth when I have a fight lined up. When I don't have a fight lined up, he's quiet as a mouse. So that's just, you know, and then that statement can never be more true than what he just said, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. But don't believe the hype. It's all smoke and mirrors. AJ don't want no smoke. Just trying to talk. AJ might be putting the batteries in his back to get him to come out here and talk and make it look like he really wants to fight. Well, they know the public opinion has swayed against him. And even a rematch victory over Andy Ruiz has not made them look like they're the number one heavyweight in boxing public eyes. People, when you ask people who the best heavyweight out there, they're going to tell you either Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. He's the number 3 heavyweight. He knows that, and he can't stand to be looked at that. They thought once they beat Andy Ruiz, they were going to get their old spot back, and they were going to be looked at as the number 1 heavyweight in the boxing because they had, you know, majority of the titles. But it don't work like that. You got knocked out by a guy that was not seen as a top heavyweight in Andy Ruiz, and you came back and beat him on a decision where you really didn't want to engage. You stayed out of harm's way, you jab, hold, the old Klitschko model, and you won a boring decision to get your belts back. That's not going to get you back in your old spot where you was knocking out Klitschko, beating Joseph Parker, beating Takam, knocking out Charles Martin, knocking out Dominic Breazeale. When you was doing that, and beating those guys, you were the number 1 heavyweight. But since then, you've been knocked out, and you came back and you won a boring decision where you didn't really want to engage. You can't get your old spot back. Only way you get your old spot back is beating the winner of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. You know this, and I know this, and that's why you're trying to sway public opinion. But we ain't going for it, AJ. You gotta put your balls on the table and eventually get in the ring. This matter, I think you should do. Get in the ring after Tyson Fury, Wilder rematch, and call out the winner and say you want the rematch, and say you would, and then say you're willing to throw any kind of money to make the fight happen next. You're willing to pay step aside money to the loser and to make the fight happen. That'll show you really want to fight. And you had a contract already in your hand in the ring, and show it in front of the camera. Say, I just need you guys to sign this contract. It's gonna be the most you ever made in your career. It's gonna be a 50-50 split. It's gonna be 50-50 split on the pay-per-view revenue. Let's make it happen. And that'll show to me that you really want to fight. Outside of that, all that is to me is smoke and mirrors, man. You're just talking, trying to make yourself look like you really want to fight, that you really want to make the fight, and in all actuality, you don't want to make the fight. So that's just my opinion on it. AJ, the con artist, smoke and mirrors, don't want no smoke. when it's all said and done. And for you to, it's all said and done, it's just a lot of propaganda speak from AJ and his team, trying to make it look like that he is the baddest man in the heavyweight division, when we all know that's not the case. That's Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber, the #1 heavyweight in the division, and Fury is #2, and Joshua, you #3. That's just what it is. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.